Our next speaker was just called on the spur of the moment as well, and he's fortunate enough, he does not have any opposition, but he said that he would be glad to come and talk with us anyway. And I've served a long time with him, and I've known him a long time. He is a real good gentleman. He's been, in my opinion, a good council member. We don't agree 100% on everything, but he has a very good professional demeanor on the council, and I really appreciate him. I sure appreciate him for being here tonight. So let's all have a round of applause for Jeff Burkhart.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for allowing me to come talk to you. I don't have a big speech prepared because Wallace said, I just, hey, can you come out here and talk for 30 minutes? I said, no. I said, I can come out here and answer some questions, and I'd be glad to do that. But I have been on the council for 8 years. I do have one more term left. I am fortunate enough to be running unopposed this time. But we have made some strides on the council. We want to do more. We'll have some things coming up in the next few months, and that we hope will help the city. One thing about me, probably about Wallace too, I'd be almost willing to bet is I've never voted for a tax increase. And not that, taxes they are necessary, but I feel like that we have other ways of being able to pay our bills. And usually we have a spending problem and not a taxing problem. So government is out of control at every level, and even in city and county here and local state. So, but anyway, I appreciate anyone who lives in Ward 12, which is out around Ross View Road area, or Ford Exit 1. If anybody would be in that area, I appreciate your vote, and I would entertain any questions if anybody has any. So.
I've got a question. When is Warfield going to be widened to Red River Bridge near Rudolphtown?
I would like to say in my lifetime. I don't think that's probably a true statement. I think we'll get to Dunbar Cave in the next probably 6 to 7, I would think. I know that's on the docket. I know the city has pledged $5 million towards that project. So working with the state, because again, that is a state road and they're in charge. But hopefully in the next 6 or 7 years, if we get to Dunbar Cave, a lot of the problem there at Warfield is a lot of the problem all over town, in my opinion, is simply the timing of stoplights. We don't have anyone, in my opinion, who goes out and times stoplights and gets them working. If you're on the main thoroughfare in most larger cities in rush hour, those lights don't stop for the side streets to get out. People will filter through however they do, but the main drags need to move. And I think that's something that we are not real good at, and I think I wish we were better at it. And I've said this, time and time again. I would like to see our street department be out at 4:30 or 5 o'clock and 7 and 8 instead of the times that apparently they're looking. Timing a stoplight at 2 o'clock in the afternoon is different than what it used to be at 5. And I would like to hope that we can work on that some in the next 4 years and hopefully get some traffic moving. So.
This is an ethics question. With your private profession or whatnot, how do you handle things that could be a conflict?
If there's any possibility that it's a conflict, I don't vote on it. I think Wallace would tell you that I'm pretty good about, and I know Wallace had a zoning probably 3 or 4 months ago, and we're bound by our duty to let everyone know that if we have a conflict. And several times a year I'll have to excuse myself. Matter of fact, I had 2 last month, so that either I was buying or selling, and if you're in business in town, you're probably going to have some conflicts from time to time. I don't know of any, and it's not necessarily business. There's things up there. I know several of the council people have family members that work in different departments, and they have to, excuse themselves from voting on certain things. So there's all kinds of things besides business that makes you have to excuse yourself. So, but I think this council is pretty good about doing a good job of making sure that we don't step over that line.
Jeff, there's been a lot of talk lately, about department head. This is with the city and the county. This has been in the news, talk about department heads and not necessarily just department heads, but certain people within city government and about their salaries. Do you think some of the salaries are out of bounds?
Well, I think that, you have to pay for good people, and government's kind of probably behind the 8 ball a little bit when it comes to money as far as paying department heads. But I know there's been some in the paper recently that's from $100 to $120 to $150,000. That's a lot of money for a department head. But by the same token, there's several people that work for them, several people that have jobs under them, and to get good people at good positions, you're going to have to pay sometimes more money than what most of us think is should be. However, I think, as I said when I started out, I think the city could absolutely take a little shrinkage. I'm all for paying good people, and I'm all for consolidating jobs, and I'd like to see us do a better job of taking that one job that pays $150 and absorbing two jobs and doing away with them. Anytime we can absorb 1 or 2 positions into, 3 positions into 2, not only does it cut out that salary, but it also cuts out the retirement and the vacation and the sick time. And those benefits are in a city employee, they're about 30% more. If you're already making $100,000, you can go ahead and figure $130,000 a year across the city.
And I know that you used to chair the gas and water department. This is a question too from the audience. They're asking about, we're currently paying a fee for our water bill due to the flood, the 2010 flood that we have, but they're saying we've received FEMA money and we no longer need to pay for this fee because, and I know that we haven't gotten.
I don't think we've gotten a check yet.
Well, did we just get one? At the last meeting, I announced it, We
got the $20 million?
No, we got $1.5 million.
Yeah,
out of the
20.
A lot has been approved.
Yeah, I know. Last time I heard we were up to 20 million approved, but we spent 100 million. So
explain to them about approved, but not getting.
Yeah, approved from the federal government doesn't mean anything actually. You got to have it in your pocket. If anybody in this room has ever dealt with the government, I'm sure most everybody here has at the federal level. The further you go up the ladder, the worse it gets. And I know I'm currently involved in a federal government project right now, and it's been 2 years of just administrative nightmares. But back when I was chair, when we did what Wallace is talking about the $4, I think it's $4 on a water bill or something. And I made it very clear in the minutes that if we were refunded that money, that we would not reimburse the customer, but they would be given credit for that. And it's in the minutes of the Gas and Water Committee meeting. So that is in there for the customers to get their money back.
This is a question from the audience. They're asking about the event center or a proposed event center. They said that we had a private funded center on Martin Luther King and it fails. Didn't the city buy property across the street for an event center? I guess.
I don't know where it's at. I'm confused.
That water thing, that thing was falling in the river.
Oh, down here? Oh, Riverside?
Yeah.
Oh. The only thing the city's bought is the old water plant.
Yeah, it was an event center.
No, I don't think so. I don't think we ever did it for an event center. We bought it because the river was washing the bank, and to work with the Corps, they needed some right of way there. I voted against that project. I think Wallace probably voted against that project because they don't, they have right of way there, we didn't need to buy the property for them to fix the right of way. We still have it, yes ma'am, but the event center, there is still another event center down here, but we don't own that, that's privately owned.
Yeah, there's private ones, why do we need more?
I don't think we're gonna build on that. I don't think the city has any plans to build an event center that I know of coming up.
Okay.
And I'll go back and answer the gentleman's question back there about the cameras. The out-of-town company gets 70%, the city gets 30%. I'm against the cameras, I always have been. I'm gonna say the city probably gets $20,000 a month maybe, if they're all collected. That number was dwindling really fast. I know it started out really high and then it kept dwindling. But the thing I think that helped a lot of us around here was when they first started, I think it's a state law that a yellow light has to be 4 seconds. And a lot of our yellow lights are not 4 seconds, or wasn't at the time. And I think we still have a few that are not. And if you have a 4-second yellow, most people are going to stop. I know there's one at College and H Street, that light, I think that yellow light is about 2 seconds, 0.2 seconds. And it just goes from green to red. And but that's the way it's set up to be. If you get a full 4 seconds, I think most of them are not going to be running.
This is a question, and I know Chamber asks us all the time too, about the infighting on the council and some of the council members that are acting like children. And I guess, and I know that you are not participatory in that, but what can be done? And that's probably a good question. What can be done?
November's coming.
There's the answer.
That's the answer. And I would applaud Wallace also. There are times when I really want to just get up and walk off. I can promise you that. But I'm there to represent a ward, and I try to do my best to do that. And am I embarrassed? Absolutely. I'm there this is a business. This is business. We're up there to make sure that everyone in this room and everyone who lives in this city is their dollars are being spent the way they're supposed to be spent. And I wish the personal attacks were not there. I think a whole lot of it has to do with the time of the year, the elections and stuff like that. And I wish that, I don't necessarily agree with the mayor about probably 90% of what she does. But that is also the mayor of the city of Clarksville. You have to respect the office. Whether you respect the job that's being done or not, you still have to respect the office. And in a public forum especially. So I don't agree with it. I try not to do it, and I hope that I haven't. I hope I haven't embarrassed anybody in my ward, and I try to always be as professional as I can.
Very good. What civic leadership qualities do you have to be a council member?
I got elected none, so I don't know that you have to.
Or what civic leadership organizations maybe that you're in?
I'm actually right now I'm actually the president of the Tennessee Homebuilders Association. So I'm actually pretty. I do a lot of stuff, but I got elected to that a few years back. I kind of come up the ladder, as they call it. But I'm also I'm on the Education Foundation. I'm on the Human Relations Committee. I'm on the Two Rivers Committee. As well as I said, I've been on Gas and Water Committee right now. I'm on Public Safety. I was a firefighter for almost 25 years here in the city of Clarksville. I left the fire service in 2007 as an assistant chief. So that's where. So I've been. My mother worked for the city back when I was growing up. So I've probably known every mayor and every councilman pretty much since I've been alive. And I kind of grew up around the square, and then I worked at the fire department. So just being around the city is kind of something I've always done, and I enjoy it. But I think I bring a different perspective than most people, because I deal with most departments on a daily basis from the business that I'm in. as a developer or whatever. I deal with the street department, gas and water and building codes from a business person. I've also dealt with each department from an employee standpoint, and I also deal with them through a council person. So I see all three sides, and I try to understand it and try to see it from all sides when I'm trying to make a decision.
Jeff, what would you say, and this is, I think the chamber asks this all the time as well, just about every forum, and or at least they did years ago. If you came across an issue that you felt like your constituents felt one way about, but you felt a different way, what would you do?
I usually go with my constituents almost, unless it's just something that's going to bankrupt the city or something like that. It'd have to be something to the extreme. But if I get the calls, and you kind of have to know that you're going to get the calls anti or pro most time, one way or the other one, and you know you're going to get 6 calls out of. I think most of us have I think at last census we had 11,000 people and change in our ward. So the other 10,999 don't care. You know, and so you're dealing with. But usually you're going to have a pretty good feel of how it affects your ward and what you would think people in your ward would want you to do.
What do you feel is the greatest need for our city, and what is the greatest need, two-part question I guess, what would be the greatest need for your ward as well?
Both of them the same thing. It's absolutely infrastructure. It's absolutely road building. We've got to have a road building class, and I'm working on some stuff right now, trying to get some things that would not affect the taxpayers at all, trying to get a revenue stream. We need roads, but we got to find a revenue stream that doesn't take money out of the taxpayer's pocket, and we'll get there. We'll find it in the next few months, and it may be something we have to take to the legislators in January, but we'll get a revenue stream, whether it's some type of hotel motel tax or something that we can use to help pay for some infrastructure.
Do you think we need metro government?
I'm fine with metro government, but you know, you're probably never going to get that to vote until the legislature gets a vote for a vote, because people in the county are never going to vote for it. It's just they like the way it is, and until the legislature changes the way it's set up, you know, the county has to pass it, the city has to pass it separately, and the county I don't think is ever going to pass it.
I'll go back to this one. We touched on it about the event center. Do we need an event center? And if we need it, should the local government pay for it? Or is that something that we should wait and see that the private sector should put it there?
Well, it's like anything else. I'd like to see, what I would like to see is for us to work with some hotel chain to come in and build them a nice hotel, a nice convention center, and us work through some kind of tax revenue or no tax revenue for them, you know, to have a convention center. I think we're ready, but I'm not for spending taxpayer money to build that. You know, am I okay to give up some taxes if somebody comes in and builds a, you know, $20 or $30 or $40 million facility? Am I okay with giving up the tax today? That's probably on a piece of farmland. It's probably not bringing the city in anything anyway because it's in Greenbelt. Sure, I'm okay with that. Absolutely.
Well, I don't have any more questions here. If you like, you can make a closing statement.
I'm good. I appreciate y'all coming out. I appreciate your. I'm glad to see this number who's here and cares about their city government. And I promise you, I heard you saying earlier about how do you stay in touch with your constituents. I have a very simple philosophy. I just put my mobile phone number everywhere. It's on the city webpage. It's everywhere, all over. If you call me, I'm going to pick up the phone. And we're going to talk about it if I need to come to you. I've never been one of ward meetings. Every one I've ever been to seems like it has about 5 people, and it's never seemed like it accomplished what it needed to accomplish. So I'm kind of that guy. I feel like I work for the people in my ward. So when they call me, I try to go to them. Whatever I can do to fix whatever problem we have, and most time we hopefully get to a satisfactory conclusion. But I appreciate y'all coming, appreciate you having me. Thanks Wallace for inviting me, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Judge Smith. I'm going to already go out on a limb and call the race in Jeff Burkhart's ward and call him the winner. But I don't know if Jeff will agree with that because Mr. Write-In could, maybe if he'll go negative against Mr. Write-In, I don't know. But I'll go ahead and call that race. But on the 29th, we will have the other wards that will be here, and they have all replied that they will be here except one, and she's not for certain if she will be here. So write that down. On the 29th, we're going to start at 6 o'clock because we've got 3 wards to start with, and one of those is Ward 4, and it's got 4 candidates just in that ward. But you don't know, somebody might not show up. But again, we sure do appreciate Judge Smith coming on the spur of the moment and Councilman Burkhart for coming on the spur of the moment. And I'm sure, yes, Judge.
Can I mention one thing I forgot to mention to you? Where is City Court located? You non-council member folks, and Molly knows, but the rest of you might not know. City Court does not meet in the big court center. And it doesn't meet at 9 o'clock, it meets at 8 o'clock. And what's your best guess? Where's it meet? And where? Sheriff's office. Oh, it's a city. Anyone else have an idea where City Court is?
City Council changes.
It's on the square.
It's on the public square, and it meets in the City Council chamber.
Right,
And so,
same place.
for goodness sakes, if you get one of those little skinny tickets, don't go to the big court center. You need to come over on public square, the City Council chamber is upstairs there. So don't get lost. Come see us. Don't come see us.
At this time, I'll go ahead and turn it over to the chairman of the Right Way Clarksville, Robert Gibbs, if he'll close us out.
Well, I'm not gonna make a big speech. Anyway, I appreciate all the candidates being here and all of you taking your time to be here. We look forward to having you on the 29th at 6 o'clock. We're gonna have a full night that night. So feel free to stay. They don't close till 10. You can talk, mingle, do whatever you like. And if you got anything else, we're adjourned.
Well, one other thing real quick, the 20th, third Tuesday of the month, Tennessee Firearms Association meets at Tennessee Gun Country on Fort Campbell Boulevard.